Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. I'm back at the desk this week. I'll show you. So I've been doing some painting, trying to finish some things that I'd started many months ago. And, well, this isn't many months, but just trying to finish some things that I'd started before the end of the year. So anyway, I'm going to rearrange this stack real quick. It's a good-sized stack of stuff. I'm going to say most of it's good. Alright, there we go. This is back in the reading order. We're going to start with Shazam. This is issue 6, and it's the end of an arc, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe that's not true. But the manipulation that the gods have been doing to Billy throughout the first 6 issues is over by the end of this, and we still get some dinosaur stuff going on, and that's awesome. But we left off with Billy and Freddy with the gods, plus Solomon, because again, they make a point of mentioning that he's not a god. And things get resolved. It's pretty humorous at times, because Zeus gets turned into a duck, and that is awesome. But there's also setup for things to come. So Solomon is involved in the resolution to what happens, and he warns Billy that there will be a price. But things get resolved, and it goes well, and it looks gorgeous because it's Danmore art, and it's good, and it's funny and weird and bizarre and just enjoyable. And there are more alien dinosaurs on spaceships, and then it ends like this, so looking forward to that. But this is good, and I'm enjoying it, and I think Mora's taking a break. I remember the solicits for one of the future issues, and it's not being drawn by Mora, and I don't know what's happening, but he draws a lot, so I'm sure he's just on something else at the moment. But whatever, this is great. I'm enjoying it. Next up, we have the Hellboy Winter Special. I usually grab these. It's the one time per year that I don't wait for the trade. I just grab the Winter Specials. And this is Hellboy and the Yule Cat. It's an interesting story. The art, Matt Smith, I was just talking about him. He's also the artist of Hellboy in Love. But this is also story by Matt Smith. It's good, it's well done, I enjoyed it, I recommend it. These one-off issues are great, and there are references, I think, I forgot about this, I nearly forgot about this. There are in this stack anyway. Here is one of the editor notes, which again, I am thankful for, I love. And this references a previous story, The Bones of Giants. So thank you for that. I can't remember. There's another one in here somewhere, and I can't remember where. It might have actually been Shazam, where the first editor note took place. But it's Hellboy, and it's well done. And that's always good. That's, I think, all I'm going to say. But it's Hellboy versus a giant cat, and there's some giants. It's fantastic. I loved it. Midnite Show, issue 3. So it's still same thing going on. We've got a mummy. That's the Dweller and Necro Wolf, which is an undead werewolf. So all of that's still going on. We get this guy. And there's some stuff going on with him that is vague, and I'm sure it will be explained next issue, but there's Dracula in the mix as well. And Frankenstein with his brain now inside Frankenstein's monster. But, it's brilliant. So yeah, more characters. The cast is already small. It's shrunk quite a bit, but the cast shrinks further as these monsters fight each other, and it's great, and I'm loving it, and I highly recommend this series. If you're not reading it, it is amazing. There's a lot of this stuff going on. So yes, Bun and Hurt are a fantastic team, and I love whenever they're working on something together. I should get around to reading The Damned again. I can see it. But yes, highly recommended. Midlife, issue 3. So we've got this guy who is now in a suit, and the helmet is there, and he has a power. He has an ability, I guess I will say, where he can sort of tell fire what to do, which is usually go away from him so that he doesn't get burned. And so he's using this power to save people, and that's what this... They don't have yarn, but they have this map, because everyone always needs to have a map on their wall. If only there was yarn. But we are introduced to these two who want to figure out what's going on. They suspect this guy is actually setting fires that he's then rescuing people from, and like, sure, that makes sense. But they get very aggressive in their actions, and a gun goes off. Not great. And then she's bleeding. But I'm very curious to see where things go from here. And he wound up melting the bullet before it could hit him. That's what this is there. That's what this page is explaining. And so I suspected that there was more to his power than just being able to redirect fire away from himself. I assumed that there was more. I didn't know if, mutants sort of have additional abilities stacked on top of them. It's like one main one, but also faster healing, and we're agile as shit, even though we never work out. And like, whatever. So he has one known power, but I suspect that there's more to him than that, and I'm enjoying this. It feels real, which I'm going to mention again for another book later, but the way that his family is working, the way his friends talk to each other, it feels organic, it feels real, it doesn't feel comic booky, it doesn't feel forced. It's just really well done. Petrol Head, issue 2, this is a 4-issue series. I think in the first video, I think I might have said that it was a 2-issue series, but it is 4 issues, and it's a future with robots that used to race cars, and our main character was forced out of the business, and he wound up building his own illegal vehicle, and then some humans came to him looking for help because they were in trouble, and now they're all together trying to flee the government, sort of, specifically this guy, and there's a chase through the city, and then we've got this going on too, which I think is funny. But yeah, it's robots, sci-fi, human car racing, and some kick-ass art. Oh, the color's really nice too. And there is this opening scene is emotional, and it hits home, and it's also well done. So I don't know, if you're looking for something different, check out Petrol Head, because it's really great so far. Under the Influence, issue 5, this is the end of the series, I'm going to say, thankfully. Under the Influence produced a really great preview for issue 1 that hooked me in, and then I was confused for issues 2, 3, and 4, and now issue 5 kind of explains some things that should have also been worked into earlier issues, I'm going to say, just to remind us of who people are and what their motivations were. And I could have used that throughout the series, but it's over, and if you are at all curious, then there will be a collection for this, which would read much better than waiting 5 months for the issues to come out individually. So, it's hard to recommend, and I'm not going to recommend grabbing the single issues, but like I said, it will read much better as a collection. If you're interested, grab that. The story is interesting. It's all about social media and influence and sort of government, and it's a slow adaptation to technology, to what the rest of the world is doing. So yes, there are themes, and it's thought-provoking. It's just not especially well put together, I'm going to say. but again, it will read better as a trade. Sacrificers, issue 5. So issue 4 ended pretty much just like this, with her riding down on a carpet to this place, and then we pick up immediately after that. There's one thing that I didn't like about this, which is this guy. So we find out sort of what we find out, partially a piece of what's been going on, and she busts in. She wants to know what's going on. He explains it to her a bit. However, there's this big confrontation, and she's like, F you, I'm gonna just slaughter some people. And he says, stop, because I have your pet creature that you brought down with you, which hasn't been seen this issue, so you'd have to remember that element from a month ago, because, again, it's not anywhere in these opening pages, which is weird and not ideal. We should have seen this in one of the prior pages to establish that they were there together the whole time. Anyway, other than that, it's a really well done issue, and I very much, once again, want to see what happens next. I'm not going to show you the last page, but it is going to change some things. It's not great. Here's the thing I will show you. Things that worse that may not change for a bit. They may not change at all, but probably it will? Question mark. Like, yeesh. I know what happened here. I know what I'm not showing over on the previous page. And if things continue, it's going to be a rough read. But it's also great, so it's a little bit like, what was it? A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, where terrible things happen, and it was glorious and great and awful. So, read at your own risk, I will say. But it is great. It is recommended. That's up to you. Our Bones Dust, issue 1. It was a strange preview. So we have a post-apocalypse. We have a post-apocalyptic world. We have these alien creatures that seem to be scanning the surface and then putting everything back. Like, that is cool. I dig that. And we find out that there are humans, which were left out of the preview, I believe. It was all these alien things. And they speak in a way that it takes some getting used to. I can't remember the name of it now. Shit. I meant to look this up before I started. There was an Azzarello and Riso book. Spaceman? Is it Spaceman? It was similarly themed post-apocalyptic with broken English that everyone was speaking, and it just takes a minute to figure it out, but if you give the slightest amount of effort, you will figure it out. But it's well done and interesting, and it looks fantastic, and I would like to know more, because I very much enjoyed this. I think this is a 4-issue series. I'm very curious to see where it goes, and I also feel dread for some of these characters, because there is shit going on in this. There's some shit going on. That's all I'm going to say. So, that's the art. That's a brief overview of what the story is going on, and I recommend it. Last thing, as far as single issues go, we have Transformers issue 3, and I'm torn, because I don't want to show you any of this. This cover is a lie, by the way. Optimus does not fight Soundwave, he fights Skywarp, and it's amazing and horrifying, and I loved it. But I want to show you every page of this because it's awesome, and then I don't want to show you any of it because I want you to read this for yourself and have the same expression I did, which was throughout. Holy shit! Alright, I'm going to show you these 3 panels in particular. So we've got a shotgun to the head of Cliff Jumper. He gets blasted through a wall. It just says ow. So it's that makes me laugh. And there's other elements of that. There's Soundwave and Ravage. There's a great panel of them. There's some brilliant stuff going on with Skywarp in that fight. This book to me feels, again, realistic. It feels like what might actually happen if Transformers, if Cybertronians wound up on Earth. You've got Decepticons just reveling in the squishiness of humans, and it's horrifying. Like I said, we've got the humans flipping out because giant robots have come down and just started murdering people, and you saw a little bit of their reaction to that. And then we've got the Autobots that are trying to do what they can and just being hampered on all sides, and it's brilliant and amazing, and like I said, horrifying but awesome. So highly recommended. Grab this if you are at all interested. It's incredible. Lastly, I got the Hellboy in Love hardcover. This just came out, and if luck holds, if things go well, then a video for this should be up by Sunday? What are we doing? Sundays? I've already shot a video for this. I largely enjoyed it, but I also had some issues. So check out that video. But that is everything that I got this week. Transformers is the obvious pick of the week, but Our Bones Dust is a great first issue, which I recommend. Sacrifices is great. Petrol Head, Midlife, Midnite Show, more Hellboy, and Shazam. So it's all around a great week of comics. But Transformers, once again, head and shoulders above the rest. It's so good. Daniel Warren Johnson is an absolute master. As always, I get all of my books from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.